It's starting to feel like NASCAR is behaving like a bad ex for Hendrick Motorsports. The powerhouse racing team is definitely feeling the burn after being hit with not one, but two major penalties from NASCAR. It's been a roller coaster of emotions for Hendrick Motorsports, who must be feeling pretty down in the dumps right now. Not only are they feeling the heat from NASCAR, but their pocketbook is also taking a hit. Hendrick Motorsports was hit with significant penalties for the second time in a month on Thursday, with NASCAR issuing points deductions, fines, and suspensions to the teams of Byron and Bowman. Both drivers had their cars randomly selected for closer inspection at NASCAR's R&D Center in North Carolina. This selection came right after Hendrick Motorsports scored a partial victory over NASCAR in the appeals process just a week ago. But once the cars were taken for teardown at the R&D Center, officials found Hendrick broke a rule relating to greenhouse, essentially the area above the door and between the front and rear windows. Each driver has lost a whopping 60 regular season points and 5 playoff points. But wait, it gets even worse. The crew chiefs for both drivers were already suspended for a previous violation, so NASCAR has now suspended their substitute crew chiefs, Brian Campe and Greg Ives, for 2 races and fined them a staggering $75,000 each. That's a lot of cash. And the points deduction has sent Bowman tumbling from the top spot in the regular season championship standings all the way back to 8th place. Meanwhile, Byron has fallen from 4th to a disheartening 14th place. It's a tough pill to swallow for these Hendrick Motorsports drivers. Hendrick Motorsports said in a statement, "We are reviewing the penalties issued today by NASCAR and will determine next steps following Sunday's race at Bristol Motor Speedway." So, what exactly did Hendrick Motorsports do wrong? According to the penalty notice, they violated a section of the NASCAR rulebook that states the greenhouse may be modified to accommodate a windshield wiper motor where required. These modifications will be permitted for all racetracks. It looks like Hendrick may have gone too far with their modification and pushed the boundaries a little too much. And the consequences are significant. As the rulebook outlines, the penalties for an L1 infraction can range from losing 20 to 75 points, losing 1 to 10 playoff points, suspending a crew member for 1 to 3 races, and being fined between $25,000 and $100,000. Given the penalties were in the middle to upper range of the options, it could indicate how severely officials viewed the infractions. Hendrick Motorsports drivers Kyle Larson and Josh Berry finished in 1st and 2nd place, respectively. But here's the catch. Per NASCAR policy, those cars were only inspected at the track and not submitted to the same kind of examination that can be done at the R&D Center. So what does this mean for Kyle Larson and Josh Berry? It's unclear whether their cars would have been flagged for the same infractions as Byron and Bowman's cars. The fact that Kyle Larson and Josh Berry's cars were only inspected at the track raises some eyebrows, and fans are left wondering if they too would have been penalized had they gone through the same examination process. But for now, it's all speculation, and we'll have to wait and see how things play out in the races to come. Now, Bowman, who had been the points leader before the previous penalties and again after they were reduced on appeal, loses his points lead again. Ross Chastain of Trackhouse Racing is the new points leader heading into Bristol. All of this drama comes off the heels of a rather controversial ruling where all 4 Hendrick teams appealed and had their 100-point penalties restored for a violation involving the louvers on the hood of the cars. They still had the $100,000 fine and crew chief suspension for each car, but they got their points back, which is the most important thing. Meanwhile, Cowlick Racing, who had the same penalty, had their points penalty cut to 75 instead of 100. While different arbiters were involved in each appeal, many fans were confused and angry that even though 2 teams were accused of violating the same rule, one team seemingly got away with it and the other didn't. This news, happening less than 24 hours after the Cowlick appeal ruling, didn't help matters, as fans either believed this was retaliation from NASCAR for the appeal ruling or assuming that Hendrick will once again get away with breaking a rule. Whether Hendrick Motorsports plans to appeal these latest penalties remains to be seen. And if the team makes their case to the media, we'll have to wait until the teams and the media are at Bristol Motor Speedway. Either way, the last appeal still ended up costing them $400,000, the largest team fine in NASCAR history. Should the additional $125,000 combined fines stand, the team will now have lost nearly $500,000 with 28 races left in the season. Now let's take a look at some more penalty drama, this time in the Craftsman Truck Series. Following a recent race at Texas Motor Speedway, NASCAR has issued not one, not two, but 3 L1 penalties to some unlucky teams. The number 2 Rev Racing Team, the number 4 Kyle Busch Motorsports Team, and the number 51 Kyle Busch Motorsports Team have all been found to be in violation of various rules, including ones related to the engine oil reservoir tank and the overall rules of assembled vehicles. And the consequences are significant. All 3 teams have been docked 10 championship owner points. And drivers Nick Sanchez, Chase Purdy, and Jack Wood have all been docked 10 championship driver points. It's a tough blow for these teams and drivers who will have to work extra hard to make up for the lost points. But that's not all. In addition to these penalties, NASCAR has also handed out 2 indefinite suspensions for violating the sport's substance abuse policy. Along with this penalty drama, NASCAR team owners boycotted a meeting with series leadership on Wednesday, pointing to their frustration over slow negotiations toward a new business model. According to multiple reports, owners collectively decided to miss the quarterly meeting because they feel that NASCAR leadership has not negotiated in good faith. Teams normally meet with senior NASCAR officials on a quarterly basis, held in person in Charlotte, but this latest development represents a symbolic and escalatory boycott. While the agenda of the boycotted meeting did not include talks on revenue, making the absence of the teams largely symbolic, it highlights the growing frustrations with the current NASCAR situation. Revenue talks were not due to start until later this year, so NASCAR teams are clearly setting their stall out early to ensure their demands are heard. In response to the boycott, NASCAR told SBJ in a statement, NASCAR is committed to open and productive dialogue on a regular basis with all industry stakeholders. We remain committed to continuing discussions in the spirit of collaboration and with the shared goal of growing our sport for the benefit of all stakeholders. What do you think of all this? And will Hendrick Motorsports be able to bounce back from their recent setbacks? How will the drivers and teams impacted by these penalties respond in the upcoming races? Thanks for tuning in to NASCAR Today and getting all the latest scoop on the recent drama off track. If you're a true NASCAR fan, be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more updates on your favorite racing teams and drivers.